Some of the biggest names in casino gambling are ready to roll the dice and expand into Massachusetts. But Bay State residents could derail those plans with a referendum vote on Tuesday. Could the bet go bust before the first poker hand is even dealt? Jane Wells has more now from Springfield, Mass.
On two rundown plots of land at opposite ends of Massachusetts, two of the world's largest gaming companies are betting they can make a killing unless voters decide otherwise or can figure out what they're deciding.
Yes on three, no on three is, I think, part of the problem.
Yes, it is. Correct, it is.
MGM Resorts and Wynn have won licenses to build the first casinos in Massachusetts, promising thousands of jobs and hundreds of millions in revenues. But opponents are asking voters to repeal the law allowing gambling with question 3.
We need the 3,000 jobs. We want the 3,000 jobs.
Gaming companies are now spending big to defeat the ban. Here in Springfield, where unemployment hovers around 10%, MGM has already invested $40 million, preparing for an 850,000 square foot mixed-use development, which will go here.
3 years ago, a tornado ripped through this neighborhood, and the mayor was afraid it was the final death knell for Springfield.
And just when people thought it was time to turn the lights out in the city of Springfield, the resiliency of the people of Springfield, the exact opposite happened. We rose up, and the MGM development has put us on the map.
There's no question that when we bring this resort on, that we'll take a little bit of a bite out of Connecticut and Rhode Island, and that's by design. But there's a local population here that wants their own resort, wants their own facility.
Steve Wynn thinks he can turn an industrial neighborhood outside Boston into a world-class destination.
How much is it going to cost you?
$1.6 billion.
Wow.
Nothing's cheap these days.
Steve Wynn is a brilliant, brilliant guy, and I admire all that he's been able to do in the gaming industry.
Across the state line in Connecticut, Rodney Butler is tribal chairman at the Foxwoods Casino. A quarter of his business comes from Massachusetts, and he's hoping his database on locals will help him fight off the big boys from Vegas.
We have the advantage of knowing who those patrons are, knowing what they want, knowing their likes and dislikes, and getting the right offers tailored to them to bring them back to the property.
Polls show most Massachusetts voters want the casinos, but that means voting no on 3, which might confuse people.
No means yes, the casino, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
Yes means no,
And no means yes.
Yes. Got it?
Yes.
If you're with MGM Springfield, you want to vote no.
Betting that voters on Tuesday could figure out that yes means no and no means yes may be the biggest gamble of all. For Nightly Business Report, Jane Wells, Springfield, Massachusetts.